Some of the real ancient texts, like the Upanishads that were written some 3,000 years ago, say that humans live in a cocoon or capsule that we have a hard time getting out of. Let me explain what I'm talking about. These circles represent the different stages that humans live in. The first one is the body. So humans identify quite readily and easily with the body. The makeup that we have to put on, or we do put on to make us look better, where we identify with the body, how much we weigh, what we look like, physical appearance, we work out, and so on, to make the body look better. So we think that's who we are, and that's where a lot of people stay for all of their life. They stay identified with the body. Now, in yoga, we get out of the body, we try to get out of the body by working with the body in poses. So that's what we call asana. Asana are movements with the breath to escape that identification with the body. And so this is what we call the systems. The next level, the systems level, is where we have the respiratory system, the circulatory system, endocrine system, the skeletal system, muscular system, and on and on and on. The most important system within all of those systems is the respiratory system, breathing. So the breath, the oxygen that we take in, is what keeps all of the other systems alive. So in yoga, the movement with the breath is called pranayama. So pranayama brings us out of the body, into the systems, and into the next level, the third level. So breathing with the body, moving with the body and the breath, we realize that we're not the body, we're not the systems of the body. We go into what we call the mind. And now the mind is helping us to think, to work out problems, to fix problems, to do taxes, to communicate, to write, to do math, science, art. But the mind can also dig us deep into what we call the ego. Just about got that on the wrong line there. So mind can develop into the ego, where we think that we're better than somebody else or something else, or maybe even worse. And that can create all kinds of problems throughout the world. Ego is how conflicts arise. So we have to be careful, and we have to get out of the mind, so to speak. But most people who get beyond the body and the systems rest within the mind and all three of those and can't get out of that. It's kind of a trap. And so most people live their whole life trapped within these three layers called koshas. In the literature, in the ancient literature, the sheaths, they're called, or kosha. Kosha means sheath. So these three sheaths are where most people live, according to these texts. Now you can believe this or not, it's just written in the old text. But I think it's very important. It's interesting, you might say, to see this. Now, how do you get out of the body? You get out of the body by doing poses, asana. You get out of the systems by doing pranayama. And you get out of the mind and get into the next level by meditating, so they say. So the meditation will bring you out into this. So the meditation is knowing that you're not the mind. The mind is reacting to things, causing emotions, causing actions and reactions. So meditation allows you to observe the body. Might have aches and pains while you're sitting there in meditation. Observing the system, the gurgling of the stomach, the focus of the breath, and how the mind is thinking about this and that and the other thing, the past and the future. So, to go beyond that, these three takes a little bit more effort and a little more work and a lot of practice. And this level is called wisdom. The wisdom sheath, going beyond the first three into the wisdom sheath. Sometimes it's called the intellect. I can use that, I-N-T-E-L-L-E-C-T sometimes, intellect, or the wisdom sheath. To get into the wisdom sheath, there is another practice, another way we can add by using mantras. So mantra, using a mantra, M-A-N-T-R-A, mantra is a song, and singing the song is called chanting. So chanting is usually done in Sanskrit. Sanskrit is the most ancient language that we have, that we know of. It dates back maybe 10, 12,000 years ago. And basically all languages stem from Sanskrit, but Sanskrit is usually sung, and it's a rhythmic, vibrational singing, a vibrational sound. So it's very powerful to the mind, the intellect, the wisdom. And so by chanting, by doing meditation, by doing pranayama, by doing asana, we can ascend, you might say, go beyond the mind, the systems of the body into the intellect. And you keep those going. You keep all of those practices going, the asana, the pranayama, the meditation, and the singing. For example, the simplest chant is Om. Just go, Oh, and that vibration goes through all the body, the heart, the brain, all of the systems, out into the open air, into the universe, you might say. So you connect. That allows you to feel the universal energy. It's all about energy. The next layer and the last layer is called the causal, C-A-U-S-A-L, the causal body. And the causal body is also called the bliss body, B-L-I-S-S. It's where you don't even care that you're not this. It's like being asleep, not dreaming. You're awake but not awake. You're not aware of your body, your mind, your thinking, or any of that. You simply are in a bliss state. And so this is where the causal body lies. But these are all five of these are illusions. They call them Maya. Maya means illusion. Anamaya, Kosha, so on. So Maya is the illusion. We have the illusion that we are all five of these in yoga. If you get past the body, the mind, the intellect, the wisdom, the causal body, this is still a great thing to be in. But the ultimate goal is to reach beyond that and go into reality. And that reality is called the Absolute. Sometimes it's called God. In the Yoga Sutras written 5,000 years ago, maybe 6,000 years ago, they call it Kaivalya, K-A-I-V-A-L-Y-A. Kaivalya is the highest realm that a yogi or anybody, they say, can achieve. And so that's beyond this cocoon that we live in. So it takes a lot of practice. It's not easy. Sometimes it's called the big self. Capital S-E-L-F. The big self can observe. It's sometimes called the observer. The observer of the little self. All of this is the little self, little self, little self. The littlest self is the body. A little bit bigger little self includes the systems and so on. So I hope that's kind of enlightening. And namaste. Glad you listened. Glad you were here.